Hello gamers out there, this is TheYuriLion, and this video is about farming salt in Salt and Sanctuary. There are multiple ways to farm salt. You could basically just keep on going throughout every level, smashing everything along your way, but there certainly are some more efficient methods to actually getting good salt and maybe even getting some good items out of it as well. The first method that I'm referring to is actually in Mal's Floating Castle regarding Crypt Keepers. Now, they have typically around 600 HP. If you have 2 players, it's usually closer to about 1,000. However, killing these enemies specifically can be a little bit tricky. Luckily, they are weak against all elements, and they are strong against slashing. So if you do have any bludgeoning weapons, there are a lot of options. But you can kill those relatively easy if you just keep them stun locked. But they dropped Crypt Keeper Ashes, used for level 4 Warhammers and I believe Great Axes. I believe it is the Earth Splitter and Bone Crusher Axe. And they also happen to drop some wonderful upgrade items called the King's Orders, Lord's Orders, and the Shimmering Pearl. Killing Crypt Keepers in this way does grant you 5,000 salt. If you do, using any of these methods by the way, have a leader in the nearest sanctuary of that zone, it will grant you an extra 10%, which does stack with the Grasping Ring, so it will provide you all the way up to 6,050 salt for killing a Crypt Keeper each time. A notable thing here too is the gold drop of the actual Crypt Keeper. They happen to drop quite a lot. It is very odd how much they drop, but it can go anywhere from 25 gold to nothing, to all the way about 4,800 gold. So it is very, very much a good idea to farm these if you were looking to get money. The actual account holder, so the main player on the account, does get access to Shimmering Pearl drops as well as King's Orders. It will not drop for the second player, but every other upgrade equipment dropped will go to both players. Now, after you get to this portion in the Forgotten Dome, this is where you need to be looking to start putting yourself in a good spot for farming. Drop at the actual disappearing ledge, and there's an actual candle-lit kind of checkpoint a little bit below. These enemies right here are going to be what you're going to farm. So, if you can, get a player down to that sanctuary, and you will be using them to actually reset the enemies. They will respawn. However, make sure that the first player, the actual account holder for this account, is actually the one above. Otherwise, this camera will center below and you cannot see them. Jumping and power attacking these enemies as they appear happens to be a very good way to clear them as a batch. However, the timing can be a little bit tricky, so make sure that you time it carefully with your partner. Now, something that is actually noteworthy, if you do happen to have a prayer build, there is something very much abusable that you can do at this area to make it even easier. If you happen to have a spell called Searing Light, you can actually just hit R1 and completely blast them, usually killing all of them at once. Now, this can quickly build up salt. As you can see, it is actually dropping 1,760 salt. That is without an actual leader or, I believe, even a grasping ring currently on the character. And you can quickly build up items. It is also worth noting that killing them while they are visible on the screen will actually give you the gold as well, instead of just the items to pick up at that point. For those players that might be playing by themselves, if you do happen to have this prayer build, this can also be a very good method for you as well. The actual area of the attack of Searing Light does extend a far distance upward. That being the case, you can actually sit at this sanctuary and spam this move. You do not kill all of them, or as many, for sure. But you can quickly go to the left, reset the enemies, and blast them again, or have another player do it and move absolutely none. You see there's actually no benefit to jumping to doing it as well. You just hit them in a wide area. It is important to walk up occasionally, at least to pick up the items. They are a significant source of stain pages and files of undersight and drowned idols, which are actually a little bit harder to find in regards to upgrade materials. They will build up very quickly. Now, whether using a melee attack, carefully timed to hit them all at once, or using Searing Light, this will build up very nicely. If you do have them on screen, you will get the gold. However, there is actually a sweet spot if using this method that's kind of worth noting. If you go to the right, you will happen to kill the ones in front of you. But if you were to move slightly to the left, because of the extreme range of this spell, you will actually kill the enemies to your side and the platform above you. So you'll see here, it now jumps to 2,640 salt. So it happens to kill everyone on that platform and the platform above. So That being the case, be sure to pick up not only the items there, but go ahead and walk on up and collect a large amount of items there as well. This is so far the best farming site that I've actually seen to date, and with that little trick, it can get even better. And lastly, for those less honorable types, there is an additional method you can use to actually accrue salt. If you are not fond of getting items, not fond of getting gold, you just need to get it, there is another exploit that is available to you. If you equip any salt consumable item, I hesitate to even talk about this, you can go to the exit game menu, and once you are about to hit yes to accepting ending, immediately follow that with R1 and quickly press it. And once you are stepping on that salt consumable item, whether it be a chest, sack, salt, pouch, doesn't matter, all you then have to do is actually go load your character, and it will then provide the particular amount of salt you stepped on. Now, something kind of notable here too is you can actually select that item and then transfer it to a different character. All you have to do is actually load another file, another character, and that salt will go to that character. Something very useful for leveling up maybe some trash characters, or you're just terribly impatient and just want to do that. That's fine. I'm not judging. But those are the methods. We have some legitimate farming, some much faster farming with some exploits on game boundaries, and of course, cheating your butts off. But that's not up to me, that's for you. And I hope this video was actually useful for you. My name is TheYuriLion. Please feel free to drop a like, subscribe, tell your friends. Certainly have a lot of fun doing this, and I hope this saved a lot of effort and maybe had a little more fun for your game. So, have a great day. Thanks for watching.